Bit of an unusual story now. An RCMP officer says he should be allowed to smoke medicinal marijuana in public while in uniform. Ron Francis uses pot to help his symptoms of PTSD. The RCMP says it's fine that he uses it, has even allowed him to use it at work. But Francis says that's not enough. Evan Dyer has the story.
There's one fatality.
Corporal Ron Francis has 21 years service under his belt, and in that time he's seen plenty of death and plenty of tragedy.
I still am plagued by flashbacks to this day of wiping brains from my boot every time I see a black doormat. That's called a trigger.
Francis also spent time in the Labrador community of Davis Inlet, where children were filmed sniffing gas. The work took its toll, and he was eventually diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder.
RCMP did provide treatment for PTSD, and I thank the RCMP for that.
But Francis says he didn't find the treatment that helpful, so he went to his own physician, who earlier this month gave him a prescription for 3 grams of marijuana a day, about 9 to 15 joints.
The treatment works very well, keeps me very on a level, allows me to concentrate, so it works very well for me.
The RCMP says it's okay with an officer using medical marijuana while on duty, but it reserves the right to limit an officer's functions, such as driving a car or carrying a gun. Francis is already on administrative duty, but the RCMP remains very concerned about the optics.
Definitely a member that has been prescribed medicinal marijuana should not be in red surge taking his medication. It would not be advisable for that member. It would not portray the right message to the general public. It's definitely not something that we would support or condone.
But as this home video shows, it is something that Francis has done.
There is no policy that prevents me as a member of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police from smoking marijuana. I do have the legal right to smoke it in my red surge.
That is not a conduct that is becoming a person who wears that uniform while he's in uniform. While he's on duty, he should not be doing that.
Tonight, the RCMP moved to make sure it wouldn't happen again. Officers visited Francis at home in New Brunswick and took away his uniforms.
It was hard. You know, I broke down crying. I was in a ball, and my sister had to come down and console me.
The Mounties missed the one uniform that the RCMP wanted most. Francis's iconic red surge was at his girlfriend's house, but he's been ordered in writing to hand it in by noon tomorrow. Evan Dyer, CBC News, Ottawa.